hell is this? Hold on here, folks. I don't know what the hell's going on here right now, but just give me 1 minute. All right. Okay, so I got it down. Give it another little bit here, see if anybody's going to show up here. Probably not, but let's give it a minute or two and see. We still got people from the West Coast that may see this. Hopefully, people from will start coming in. So, as you guys can tell um, by my the opening there, that we have a problem. Oh, I just lost one person. So, just wait here another minute or so. Maybe we might get somebody in. I've been blacklisted and shadow banned, so um, well, anyways, let's just get into this. This will be up on my channel anyway, so um, hopefully we can get this shared out as much as possible. Justin Trudeau gets 25 to life. Well, that's what he needs to get, folks. We have a prime minister that rather give $10.5 million to a convicted terrorist like Omar Khadr, set him free, give him a pardon, give him a passport, and let him go. We allow ISIS fighters, he's allowed ISIS fighters to come back to be repatriated into Canada and then financially help them. He gives the Clinton Foundation $20 million for what? You know, they're all connected with the with Epstein. So, um, and we know that Justin Trudeau is a pedophile. Don't believe me. If you want anybody that wants the picture, I have the picture of him with the 14-year-old girl from the school in Vancouver on my phone. The only thing is that my phone is broken right now. So anybody that wants that, if you know how to get it off of my phone, I'll send you the fucking phone and you can have it and you can download the picture off of it yourself and post it up. I just can't afford to get the phone fixed. That's why I have to do everything. That's why I haven't been posting a lot of videos or doing anything lately, really, on YouTube. That and the fact that um, I was barred for 90 days from Facebook for making a post. I've had videos literally taken down off of this channel because of Justin Trudeau. So to get into this, why I said this and why I call him a terrorist, because he is. And you can, you know, my birthday was on Monday. I just turned 57. And on Monday, Chrystia Freeland, our so-called finance minister and deputy prime minister, was in Richmond Hill. And a reporter by the name of David Menzies from Rebel News, was asking her questions, and then got arrested. Excuse me, folks. And got arrested, apparently for assaulting police. Now, I know how dirty these cocksuckers are. The RCMP is nothing but a terrorist organization supporting their leader. Um, and anybody that doesn't believe me, just go to Rebel News, check out the raw video for yourself. As he was asking Cynthia Freeland questions, this cop in a suit, not even in any uniform or anything, no markings, nothing, decides to put his arm up in front of David Menzies as he's walking kind of sideways, trying to talk to Christia Freeland. And what happened? He touched the cop's arm that was extended out. Now, these cocksuckers, these dirty, rotten fucking cocksuckers of RCMP like to do dirty tricks like this. Um, and what they do is they lie and they get away with it. Absolutely 100% get away with it. Um, you guys seen when I was arrested right here in my bedroom a few years ago in Moncton, where I was arrested and taken out of my bedroom for breach of peace. I was never charged with anything. I was held for 8 hours in a jail cell down at fucking the RCM here in Moncton. But yeah, they just do shit like this. Another time where they kicked in my door saying that they were doing a wellness check because I'd just gotten out of the hospital from having a heart attack. On their way out, I said, "I hope you get shot." They ended up coming back in, beating the piss out of me, dragging me out of my apartment, and then charging me with uttering death threats to the police. Now, when I went to court the next day, I said, "Fuck it, I'll plead guilty to saying something stupid. I got 1 day in jail, but it's on my record saying that I threatened the police." And you know what? They deserve to be threatened. I'm not saying that I'm threatening them, but I'm saying that they do deserve it. Everything that they get, they deserve. Every bad thing that happens to them, they fucking deserve. I don't give a fuck. You can come to my door. I don't give a fuck anymore. But in order to arrest me now, you're going to have to fucking shoot me because I ain't going quietly anymore. I went very fucking peacefully the last time you cocksuckers arrested me. I'm not going peacefully anymore. You can all lick my fucking ass after I have a runny shit. Okay? Every fucking one of yous. I'm sick and tired of all 20,000 plus RCMP in this country. And we have almost 78,000 cops in this country. Every one of them can lick my fucking sweaty balls. Go ahead, YouTube. Take me down. I don't give a fuck. Because YouTube can suck my dick too. Because they're nothing but a bunch of fucking censors bullshit group. I'm working on my Rumble channel right now and trying to get it up and running, so that I can start doing videos there. I'm still learning. I've been having a lot of problems. I've had more equipment stolen from me. I'm down to one GoPro out of four that I had, and I have no phone. My video camera was stolen. Media lights, all this stuff has been stolen since I've been back here again in Moncton, literally right out of my fucking house. And I live in a camper, and uh, it's literally stolen out of my house. Um, I have videos of the cops when they came to the door. I'm trying to video out my window here. They're putting flashlights in my camera everywhere. I went back and forth all the different windows. They would put flashlights in my camera so I couldn't record them. I'm working on trying to get the video downloaded from the house, but I don't know how to do that yet either. I'm still working on that. And but getting back to the Justin Trudeau and why he deserves this. Um, his father back on April 17th, 1982, brought in the Charter of Rights and Freedoms. Hey, Melvin, how are you, brother? Brought in the Charter of Rights and Freedoms. It was signed April 17th, 1982 by then Prime Minister Pierre Elliott Trudeau and all the members or all the premiers of Canada. Now, fast forward to 2022 or 2023, 2022, February of 2022, when the trucker convoy was going on. What happened? Well, we had a peaceful protest. And because the coward wouldn't come and talk to people and make any any oh try and do anything to like even show his face to talk to people, he hid like a coward and said that he had the unicorns and butterflies virus what 2 3 times and hid. The guy's a fucking coward. And then what does he do? He says that, well, let's bring in all the police and let's get them out of there because we don't want them there. We got people getting trampled by horses. We get ladies getting trampled by horses. We got a rebel news reporter getting shot with a tear gas canister in the leg. Um, and the RCMP wanted to bring in bulldozers to get rid of the protesters. Now, they said that the truckers blocked the roads back then. It wasn't the truckers. They parked on either side of the street and the center lanes were open. The city of Ottawa came in and put up concrete barriers. That's what blocked the roads, not the protests. And then what did they do? They go to Major Mackenzie Park, I believe it's called. And because of the people that were over there, kicked them all out of there because it's um, operated under the NCC, the National Capital Commission, which are police. They can actually arrest you on any park in Ottawa. Um, so they closed down the park and that, and they put up concrete barriers. And then they say that they want to bring in bulldozers and get rid of people and shit like that. And then what happened on just this Monday, David Menzies from Rebel News was in Richmond Hill where Chrystia Freeland, that fucking cunt, was, and he was trying to ask her questions like any other fucking reporter. But because Justin Trudeau does not like them, David Menzies was literally roughed up, arrested, held, and then released without any charges just for asking questions. Now, um, any of you Fox people that are out there that that support Fox News, you probably won't like what I'm about to say, but oh well, nobody really likes what I got to say. Um, but Tucker Carlson just showed that there was a US citizen that was arrested in Ukraine for covering what was going on in Ukraine. And I want you to go over and check out Tucker Carlson on X, um, and let them know that I sent you. Um, Let them know that Ashcan54 from Twitter sent you over to, to check it out. He put up that that journalist that was arrested over there is now unalived. Now I have to watch some words that I say because you know how YouTube rhythm is and that they'll just cut you. Um, but yeah, he was unalived. Why he was in prison in Ukraine just for speaking the truth. Now, he was over there because his family was there and he could not leave because, well, one, he got arrested and then he was released. And then, as he was trying to make it to the border to Hungary to claim for asylum, he was arrested 5 kilometers from the border of Hungary and then sent back to jail. And now he is unalived in their custody for speaking against Zelensky and Biden. Now, Joe Biden, that there's just another thing, and we'll get into that. Maybe we'll get into that. But um, this just goes to show now, so that everybody knows, our deputy prime minister and finance minister, that fucking little squeaky voice cunt that, like, Mr. Speaker, that little bitch, she's Ukrainian. Her grandfather was a Nazi, and she is in our parliament. We have the old minister of immigration, Sean Fraser, losing 1 million people, immigrants in Canada. 1 million. Joe Biden only lost 100,000 kids. Sean Fraser lost 1 million people here in Canada. That's just running around. We had what, almost 40,000 people come across our border from the United States into Canada that came from Guatemala through the Mexican border and stuff like that. And what happened was, as they were coming up, New York was putting them on a bus and sending them way up by the Quebec border so that they can cross over at the Roxham border. And the RCMP were there to help them with their luggage and to cross over and to welcome them into our country. Now, our country right now has 40 million people, give or take 100,000 or so. But it could be a little bit more because of Sean Fraser losing 1 million. God knows how many others he lost, and God knows how many others have snuck across our border from sneaking across the southern border that, the Merrick Garland decides that, or Alejandro Mayorkas, the director of the or the chair or the whatever the head guy of the DHS, Department of Homeland Security, decided to open up the American borders, just allow millions upon millions of people to come in. The United States has had roughly 10 million people come across the border in the last 3 years that Joe Biden's been in. Now, the statistics show that there was only just over 300,000 in when Donald Trump was president, but yet in 1 year, but yet In December of 2023, just last month, folks, there was 302,000 plus people that came across the southern border into the US. Now, a lot of people here in Canada says, "Ah, don't worry about it. It's in the States. They can take care of it." The problem is that because of the open border system, they're coming into Canada, and Justin Trudeau's allowing all these people to fly into Canada to go into the United States. That's why they wanna increase that's why they want that border protected, the north and south border. Personally, I don't blame them. Back in 2005, I think it was in August or September, somewheres around there, I accidentally walked 15 feet into the United States, not knowing that I'm in the United States. No sign, no nothing. I was in White Rock, BC, walking down the beach with a good friend of mine, smoking a cigarette, having a can of Coke. And then all of a sudden, we get called up the hill, and I spent 13 days in an INS detention center just to get deported back to a country I didn't even know I fucking left. Got put on a no-fly list for 10 years and told that if I enter the States in the next 10 years, I'll get 25 years in jail. But yet, now this cocksucker Alejandro Mayorkas is allowing all these people to just walk into your country. They're giving a $5,000 prepaid Visa or prepaid gift card. They're giving a bus or plane ticket to whatever city they want to go to, and 7 years down the road, they get a an immigration hearing. So for the next 7 years, they get to stay there. And what are they doing? They're not only just staying in the States, they're coming to Canada. And then Justin Trudeau, there with his arms wide open. Oh, yes, come on in, come on in, come on in. You know, we have 1.5 million registered homeless beds in Canada. We have about 300,000 more beds that are brought up during the wintertime called out of the cold beds. Every one of them are full. Every fucking one of them are full. And yet we still have over 150, 200,000 people sleeping in tent cities in one of the coldest countries in the world, supposed to be one of the freest and one of the best. But we have all these people sleeping on the streets. So we have well over 2 million homeless people in this country. And now Justin Trudeau has been allowing 400,000. Now this year it goes up to 500,000 new immigrants coming into this country. We don't even have the housing for the people that we have here, but yet he's allowing more people to come in. Hundreds of thousands. We're talking a 500,000 people this year now here in 2024 that's going to be allowed into this country. We got people that come over to go to school and they're staying in shelters. They got to fight just to stay in a shelter so that they can go to school to get an education because there's no housing for them. We have all these people that are out there. You cannot go into a shelter anywhere in Canada and without needing an interpreter. And I'm not trying to be racist, folks. I can't even speak French, so I need an interpreter when I go to the country of Quebec. I mean, the province of Quebec. That was on purpose. But I don't even speak French, and I'm Canadian, and yet I need an interpreter. I feel like a goddamn traveling refugee in my own country. And when we have the Toronto police going out there and serving coffee to all these Palestinian rioters that are going around, and the Toronto police are bringing them coffee and donuts from Tim Hortons, but yet they're arresting a news reporter for asking questions, roughing them up. What the fuck is going on, people? Like, this is absolutely ludicrous. Ludicrous. And why? Why is he doing this? Because he does not give a fuck about Canada. You know, I was just going through his net worth. You know, in 2005, he was only worth $11 million. In 2023, he's now worth 97 million, and he's been in politics since then. He's been our prime minister here since 2015. So, um, where's he making the money? From us. He's making the money off of us. He's scamming us. He's, as far as I know, and I would really like to double check on this, but I'd really like to see his stock portfolio. I bet you Moderna and Pfizer are on there. I'm just saying, you know, and Global News just put out a report showing that all those unicorn and butterfly rapid tests, well, they weren't even really effective. Bought 400 million of them, spent $2 billion on these things that didn't even fucking work. You know, wasting Canadian taxpayers' money. He is literally robbing Canada. This should be strong arm robbery. And it should be robbery with violence and a weapon, because anybody that gets close to him to try and do anything about it, the RCMP are there. And what do they carry? Weapons. They're there to protect him so that he can rob us. So they're just as guilty as treason as Justin Trudeau is. This is why I say he needs 25 to life. And if he doesn't get it, um, uh, there's something wrong. Now, I know in this next election, they're saying that it's not going to be to 2025. I believe that we're going to have a spring election because there's such a big outcry for it. As soon as Justin Trudeau is voted out, you can guarantee he's fleeing the country. He will not be a Canadian citizen after the next election. He will literally flee. What's he got left here? His wife left him. Well, she was a much music slut anyway. She liked to fuck everybody, music plus and much music. And, you know, that's how, if it wasn't for Sophie, his wife, you know, you wouldn't have the old, Canada AM people in there, Marcy Ian and Seamus O'Regan. Like, what kind of fucking background do they have to be anywheres near it? All they've been doing is reading papers and for their lifetime on news channels and that. Now all of a sudden, because they work for Bell Media, that where Bell Media bought out Much Music and Music Plus and all that, all the Much Music group was bought out by Bell Media, which is CTV. Um, that's how they got their jobs in there. It's not that they know what they're talking about, because they don't. They know absolutely fuck all about what they're talking about when it comes to this country. They've been so indoctrinated by the pieces of information that they've been given over the years that they just don't give a shit because they're so used to the bullshit that they believe it. Now, that's why I believe that w well, just some of the reasons why. Now, we have a $54 million scam of the ArriveCan scam that, cost us taxpayers $54 million. That was only supposed to cost 80,000 at first, and then 280,000, and then went up to 54 million. And us taxpayers paid for that. And then another $8 million to build a barn at Rideau Hall with an elevator that nobody knows where it goes to because there's no second floor in the barn, but there's an elevator in the barn. Where does it go? Well, as far as I know, there's a secret bunker under there, under that barn at Rideau Hall. Um, and then you got the $1 billion slush fund where um, these people at I forget the name of the fucking group, but it's some oversight committee where they help businesses during the pandemic and everything, and given their own businesses millions of dollars. It's a conflict of interest for one. Um, and please, I want you, if you guys are interested in this, go to um, Northern Perspective. They have been doing an amazing job uncovering all of what's been going on with that slush fund. Just check out their playlist. Um, and again, let Northern Perspective know that I sent you. Um, I am working on trying to see if I can get Cypher and Fox to join me on a live stream, whether it's on their channel or my channel or whatever. But I would really love to be able to sit down and talk with these guys and find out and do some more research with them. Um, I've never been this political since the trip. I was a basic political person. I voted. Um, Up until the last election where on my channel here, you'll see that I was not allowed to vote, um, which is 100% illegal. I am a Canadian-born citizen. My family traces back to 1735 in this country. We actually have an island named after our family in Ship Harbor, Nova Scotia. Um, m- my ancestor was one of the first politicians in the East Coast. So, I am Canadian. I love my country. I'm very, very ashamed of our government. Very ashamed. And to the point where I don't even like to acknowledge that I'm Canadian. I've been trying different ways of trying to get out of this country because of what's going on here. But where am I going to go? I can't go to the States because of Joe Biden. Sorry, folks. Joe Biden's ruining the United States. Um, which to get on to that, everybody's been talking about, oh, Biden and Trump and Biden, and um, I believe that Donald Trump will be the next president in the United States, number 47. Um, and I'm about 80% sure that his running mate for that will be vice president will be Tucker Carlson. That'll fuck Fox News up completely because now they'll have to mention his name on Fox News. Now, What I think is going to happen, and this is in my opinion, that within the next 60 days or so, Joe Biden is going to have a medical condition. He is going to have to step down, and they're going to um, put somebody else in place to run, because we all know that Kamala Harris will never win as president. Um, she might be there for a couple of months as president just to show how bad she is when Joe Biden steps down. But when Joe Biden steps down, he is going to pardon his whole family. And Hunter Biden, with all the dirty shit that that cocksucker has done, is going to get away with everything. Joe Biden is going to get away with everything. And because of what they're doing to Trump, uh, Biden will also pardon Fannie Willis, or fat ass Willis, or whatever the fuck you want to call her. Um, La, La Squishy James, and oh, Jack Smith. They're all going to get pardoned because, as you can see, they're illegal. What they're doing 100% is illegal. And people ask me, well, why do you care about the state so much? Well, for one, um, it's hard to get news here in Canada. There's only a few good YouTubers out there that give the news. You cannot trust the mainstream media. We have what, four outlets? There's only four television stations in Canada. You have the state-owned CBC, you have CTV, which is Bell Media, which is, Discovery Channel, Much Music, Music Plus, History Channel, all those, that's all Bell Media. And then you have Global, which is Chorus Entertainment, which there's, and then you have Rogers. That's it. We did have a really good independent station here called City TV. Moses Snymer and Terry David Mulligan started it. Both actors started it. And what they do, they pushed them out. They got a board of directors first, and then they pushed them out. And then they split up the company and sold it they sold the whole Chum Media Group because Moses Snymer was getting so big. He owned so many specialty channels and everything. I remember when it first started, it was called Channel 79 City TV at 99 Queen Street East. And he owned another pay-per-view station, or um, one of those pay stations. There used to be First Choice and Super Channel. Um, so we're going way back. So he used to own First Choice and City TV. And then he moved from 99 Queen Street West to 299 Queen Street East. Him and Terry David Mulligan started Much Music with City TV, and then he started getting into the specialty stations because the cable was getting there and wanted to go up and go up and go up, and ended up buying out the Chum Radio Group and everything. And then he got pushed out, and it all got sold off. So we're down to those four media groups here in Canada. You can't believe any of them because they're all paid. They all get money from the government. CBC, well, anything that comes out of their mouth, think the opposite, and that's the truth. Everything that CBC says is bullshit. It may look real, but it's not. That's Justin Trudeau's personal television station. He owns them. And when we're giving almost $500 million a year to this group, just the one, we got a problem. Um, so I only watch YouTubers. I try my best to get the real news. Um, I don't watch Fox. I don't watch NBC or MSNBC or anything like that. You know, I used to like MSNBC because of one person, and I'm trying to think of her name now, Nicole Wallace. I always thought she was hot. Now I think she's the ugliest little fucking two-faced cunt. She looks more like Chrystia Freeland, as far as I'm concerned. They're all got a face on them like a can of smashed assholes. Every fucking one of them, you know. So if I want the news in the States, who do I go to? I go to the fucking best guy out there, The Benny Show, Benny Johnson. Go check him out on YouTube, Newsmax, the Benny Show on YouTube. And then I go to Stephen Gardner, another great YouTuber, speaks the truth, has the people come right in. He interviews ex CIA, ex government officials. Then the Benny Show, he's got people like Ted Cruz coming on, um, Tom Blanchett coming on. No, good help. Blue Flyer. Uh, well, if you would have been listening, you would have heard that it's not actually 25 to life. It's what I hope he gets. Okay. Man, and see, this is why I don't even like reading comments anymore. You guys don't, if you want to say bullshit all you want. I don't give a fuck. You want to hit the unsubscribe button from me? Go right the fuck ahead. Don't watch me then. Okay? If you don't like my opinion, opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one. Okay? And if you don't like mine, there's over 1 billion other channels on YouTube. Go find another one. I don't give a fuck anymore. Okay? Simple as that. And Justin Trudeau deserves 25 to life for being a fucking terrorist. And so does Joe Biden. But where I get my news in the States is people like Benny Johnson, Stephen Gardner, um, Firebrand Media. Um, these guys actually speak the fucking truth. So much so that the Benny Show was actually brought up in Congress just this week. Brought up in Congress. You need to stop. You don't need. I don't need permission to do fuck all. There's two things I got to do in life. I have to stay white and die. Everything else is a fucking option. Those options may have consequences, but that's all I need to do. Everything else. Fuck everybody and everything. I'm sick and tired of people telling me what to think, what to do, and that. I've been doing this for over 30 fucking years. Probably when you were in diapers. Okay? Since 1985, I've been doing this. What have you done to help this country? Eh? Let's get that. Let's see what you've done. What have you done? Well, for one, I don't own a TV. So I don't know where the fuck you're coming off with get my head out of my TV. I don't even own a TV. I don't even have cable. All I have is the internet and a laptop. So, you know, but you must be a Trudeau supporter or a Biden supporter if you're from the States. But, you know, I'm not going to delete nothing, delete your comment, nothing. I believe in free speech. Not like our government or the US government. I believe in free speech. Now you start fucking coming on here and starts spewing your guts saying that your religion is better than mine or whatever, then I'm gonna fucking censor you and kick you the fuck out. Simple as that. But anything else? Go ahead, say it. You want to call me an asshole? You want to call me a goof? Whatever. I don't give a fuck. Call me whatever the fuck you want. I know what I've done, and I got the proof to back it up. What have you done to help this country or whatever country you're in, Mr. Blue Flyer? What have you done? Eh? Have you helped make changes in your country? Like legitimate changes where it's on the books? I have. Have you helped save lives? I have. I've seen over 650 dead bodies just working in shelters and drop-in centers for over 28 years. What have you done? Yeah, that's what I thought. Anyways, see, people like that get me riled up, and that's why sometimes I just go to full screen and I don't even look at the comments. And I'm to the point where I might just start doing that again. Like I said, you don't like what I got to say. There's a billion other channels. There's other platforms. If you want, you can go on to TikTok and play with your TikTok buddies there. Get all your information stolen by China. You know, you can go on to Instagram and, play with Mark Zuckerberg and the Meta Group and Facebook and that. You know, you can go there. I'm down to three platforms that I use: YouTube, which won't be much longer, Rumble, and X. Rumble and X are the freest speech platforms in the world. And that's what I've been doing. So, and pretty soon, I won't even be on YouTube. So, I'm sick and tired of all these whiny little bitches that get on there, think that they're keyboard warriors, thinking that they've done all this good shit and that they're all high and mighty because they got a couple of dollars in their fucking pocket, thinking that they're multimillionaires, and meanwhile they got like maybe $20 to their fucking name, and they're sitting in their mom's basement on a fucking keyboard. You know, Mhm. Blue Fire, fuck off. You stop whining. All you want to do is come here and start shit. Suck my fucking dick, you goof. Like I said, I don't give a fuck if I lose subscribers on this channel. It's going down by the end of the year. This channel will be gone anyway. So, LOL. Okay. Yeah. Bye. Or are you saying LOL? Okay, that you'll suck my dick. Melvin, I hear you, brother. Um, But sometimes you got to stand up for shit. We got too many people in this country that are pussies. And I'm not calling you a pussy by any means, Melvin. Don't get me wrong. But we got a lot of people that just say they put these blinders up and they don't look at anything. I've been saying this for fucking decades about how corrupt our police are in this country. Nobody believed me. But now, because reporters are starting to get arrested, oh boy, now we got to start talking. Well, you know what? It they've been this has been happening for decades in this country, and it's just getting ridiculous where we can't even fucking watch any news programming on what Facebook, Instagram, uh, any meta service. We can't watch it. It's been barred in Canada. We're not allowed to have it here. Oh, okay. Sorry, Blue Flyer. Know that I like your attitude. Yeah, well, I'm not trying to literally fucking tell people to go fuck off. But when I start seeing comments in that saying stop whining and stuff like that, go back and look at some of my videos. I was one of the main people covering the trucker convoy. I probably have 50, 60 videos out on it, on the trucker convoy alone. And so when it comes to all this bullshit here, it's to the point where no matter where you go in this country, everybody thinks that, oh, yes, Canada is such a great place. We have probably the most beautifulest country in the world. I don't care what anybody says. It's fucking gorgeous, this country. We have the second most land mass in the world next to Russia. And yet, about a third of it, or almost half of it, is uninhabitable because it's too fucking cold to live. When you got to pay $25 for a 1.78 liter, or what you guys would call a half a gallon of orange juice, $25 and none of it. Blue Flyer, I'd love to be in California too, and but um just for the weather. Um uh but because of the way that democratic state is run, I wouldn't even go visit there. And what people don't understand is, and this is what really gets me, is that people are going around and videoing and doing cop watches or audits or whatever. But what people don't understand is that really either helps or really hurts your tourist industry. Now, a lot of cities and towns, small villages and small towns and that rely on tourists. California, for example, how many people want to go to San Francisco and walk in shit? How many people want to go to Los Angeles and get beat up by the Los Angeles Sheriff's Department? From 2005 until 2018, I believe it was, they paid out over $550 million in lawsuits Just one sheriff's office, and then what happened to the oh, there was a police station that was literally closed down in LA. Oh, I'm trying to think of what the name of it was. It's one of the worst neighborhoods in LA. But they had to close that down because it was such a rampant. LA cops are scared. I know I'm here. Yeah, well, they're not that scared. Um, I got it. I got a lot of YouTube friends in California. Um, you know, I was just actually literally watching Alcor audits about him filing a complaint on the LAPD and what the LAPD did to him. Falsely arrested him and everything, charging him with impersonating a police officer. He wasn't. He had a camera out and they didn't like him, so they put his camera in his car and then, no, get away from there. But come on, get down from there, buddy. Um, you know, SJVT News or San Joaquin Valley Transparency. They actually did a video on me about when I was arrested in my bedroom here. That video got over 50,000 views. And then you got Pedo Libre audits and SGV News, San Gabriel Valley News First. Uh, there's so many of them out there. Now, some of them, do I believe in what they're doing? No. Most of them I do. Some of them, just they shouldn't be doing it. But all those people that are out there, they're showing what it's like in their town, in their cities. And when people click on the internet and they see stuff like this, they don't want to go to that town or that city. It makes them afraid. Look at Levy County in Florida right now. You got one of the most corrupt judges there going up against a YouTuber. Um, Go to What the Hales, Hales. What the Hales, all one word. Check out their playlist called Otter Creek and see what's going on there in Levy County. You got supposedly a half decent Republican governor there, Ron DeSantis. People are moving to Florida in droves. They're leaving New York. They're leaving California. You had over 700,000 people leave California in 1 year. And where they go? Texas and Florida. Because they believe in the Constitution of the United States. Here in Canada, it goes right across. There's no separate laws and separate provinces here like there are in separate states there. We don't have the Second Amendment that you guys have in the States. We're not allowed to carry guns. We're over 1,500 fucking firearms have been banned in this country. We are not even allowed to protect ourselves or defend ourselves in this country. If somebody comes up and punches us in the head and starts beating us, we're supposed to take it. We're not allowed to defend ourselves. If somebody breaks into our house, we're not allowed to defend ourselves. If somebody breaks into our house and they get hurt, then people sue us because they got hurt breaking into our house. It's happened here in Canada. A guy fell through a skylight, sued the homeowner, and won. This is the kind of bullshit that we have. And when you got a sheriff's department that's paying out over $550 million of taxpayers' money and nobody's being held accountable for it, then why would people want to go and visit there? And that's just one place. That $550 million, what could that do to help with the homeless in California alone? Few 100,000 people that are on the streets there just in LA. And what about San Francisco, San Diego? You know, it's just fucking ridiculous how this is all going down. Hmm, I've been watching your videos for 5 years now. Love it, big. Oh, well, I really appreciate that blue flyer. I'm not trying to be an asshole, but I'm to the point where I'm so fed up with just bullshit. I appreciate you being a fan. I really do. I'm not trying to discourage you from not being a fan and or not watching my videos. I appreciate it, and I appreciate if you share the fuck out of them. You want to take any piece, you want to take my videos and put them on your channel, by all means, go right the fuck ahead. I'm that way. This channel that I'm on right now is not monetized, obviously, because I don't have enough subscribers on this channel yet. But I could have 10,000 on this channel and I would never be monetized on this channel, mainly because of my mouth. I'm a very fucking straightforward, straight out person. I don't give a fuck what people think. I used to, way back when, but I'm a fighter and I'm tired and sick and tired of being just walked on, walked over by everybody. Like when you walk into a government office or pretty much any office, but especially government offices. And let's take this for example. I walk into a government office to ask questions about what's going on. If they don't like the questions, what do? They turn their back and walk away. When I go up and ask a cop certain questions about what they're doing, they just get up and walk away. They don't like what you're talking about, they'll get in their car and drive away. Millions of videos on the internet right now showing this. But yet, when they want to talk to you, and you don't want to talk to them and you try to walk away, what do? They put their fucking hands on you. They stop you. They will put you in handcuffs and they'll stand there and make sure that you hear their view and then take the handcuffs off and tell you to go. But yet, if you even think about raising your voice to a fucking cop, the first thing that happens is assault police. Uh, and they make up about 50 fucking charges because they want you to hear their point, but you're not allowed to voice your point to them. And that's what really pisses me off is that we have shit like this, not just here in Canada, but in the States too. It's no matter whatever the States does, Canada does. The only thing is that Canada took away our Charter of Rights and Freedoms before the United States took away your First Amendment. The only difference. And now what happened? We have our politicians here in Canada saying, oh, well, the conservatives are mega Republicans and that. But yet what they don't understand is the Liberals, which are in power here in Canada, our dickhead fucking goof pedophile fucking Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, um, he just says, fuck you. Just fuck you. You get fucking nothing. Unless you're a bigwig. Oh, and stay away from government office here in California, too. I did not trespass on de facto, right? Um, you know, I have I have my phone here, and when I was on my way back from out west to the East Coast here, um, I was literally grabbed a hold of in Toronto at Union Station, taken into a bathroom, had a gun pointed to my head, and told to get the fuck out of the province. Or the next thing you know, I would be floating in a river, the Humber River or Lake Ontario. This is not the first time this has happened. Now, what he should have done is that knowing that it was me, and I have about 12, 14 charges in Ontario that they made up, but um, I have about 12 or 14 charges there. Instead of arresting me and get me inside of a fucking police cell where they can beat the piss out of me or, unalive me, no, they put a gun to my head and tell me to get the fuck out of the province because they know that if I show up in any courtroom, that they're fucked. I already sued the Toronto police once and won and had 4 cops put in jail for assault causing bodily harm, and I tried to get them for attempted murder. My lawyer at the time, Eddie Greenspan, God rest his soul, um, we took them to court and won and had 4 cops put in jail because of it. And now I'm not allowed in the province of Ontario. And every time I go there, I either get run out or thrown in a fucking police cell and then run out. You know, um, it's I just this this world is fucked, and you got uh Justin Trudeau talking about how the liberals are or the conservatives are mega Republicans, but what they don't understand is everything that Joe Biden's been saying, Justin Trudeau's been parodying in our House of Commons from the middle out and from the bottom up, not from the top down. Have you guys heard that before? I've heard it, and I could probably even come and show you the video if I knew how to fucking put him in here. Show you that Joe Biden's been saying that since he's been in. And now our so called leader, the big pedophile, the one that likes to fuck his students when he was a teacher, his 14-year-old students, um, he he calls us bad, but yet he's parroting everything that Joe Biden's saying. You know, our deputy prime minister and finance minister, that dumb stun cunt, Chrystia Freeland, um, actually had Hillary Clinton come and speak to them. All the women in the liberal parties. Our taxpayer money paid for that fucking pedophile loving fucking bitch of Hillary Clinton, the one that likes to unalive people and send people to strong arm witnesses and stuff like that. Our money paid for her to come to Canada, and yet they're mad that Pierre Poilievre, our next prime minister, the leader of the Conservative Party, um, he just brings it up, and he tells people the truth. N- People are seeing it time and time and time again. We have what's called the 338 poll here in Canada. Um, it shows the trajectory of the political parties here in Canada. And right now, there's a 97% chance that the Conservative Party, Pierre Poilievre, will win the election or win the majority of the seats in the House. There's a 99% chance that he's going to win the election. We have Justin Trudeau at the lowest he's ever been. I think he's at 24%. You think Joe Biden's bad? You think America's bad? Come to Canada. We had a reporter from Canada go sit in the US Congress and let them know. Check it out. It's on YouTube. You can find it for yourself. I forget the lady's name, but a reporter from Canada telling the US how bad it is here in Canada. But nobody, not Fox, not NBC, ABC, or any of those fucking big stations that you guys got down there will cover it. You got to find out about it by going to places like the Benny Show and to Stephen Gardner, um, Tucker Carlson. This is how you find out what's going on. That and going right on C-SPAN and watching these meetings live because they're open, they're all recorded, you can watch them live. And that's what I do. I've been investing my time because I don't have anything to use to actually go out and record anymore. I can't even make a goddamn phone call because of the police smashing my phone, and I can't afford to buy another one. Sorry. Um, you guys may know how to get free phones and shit like that here in Canada. There's no such thing, especially here on the East Coast. There's no way. It'll cost me almost $130 to get the screen fixed in it on a $160 phone. Wouldn't it be better just to buy a new phone? Yes, but I can't afford to buy the new phone. Now, if somebody wants to send me a phone, by all means, I would love it. Um, but I just can't afford to do this anymore. It's getting so bad that you know, uh, just in the last 7 months, because of the high prices of everything here in Canada, you know, I pay over $500 a month just to live in a fucking camper. And right now it is minus 11 Celsius. So what's that about? Maybe 6 degrees or something in the States. It's fucking cold. And I live in a little camper. And I pay $500 a month. And then I gotta pay extra for just to have the internet. It's 35 bucks. But I pay extra just to have the internet. Now, that's so that I have some kind of entertainment and be able to fucking find out what's going on in our country and around the world. You know, you guys, there was an American reporter that was just unalived in Ukraine for doing what people do, reporting the news. But because it's the Zelensky Biden regime, the guy was unalived. Um, Lira is his last name, Gonzalo Lira or something like that. He's an American, and he was arrested in Ukraine for speaking the truth, and now he's unalived. So, and yet the U.S., they're spending billions of dollars sending it to Ukraine. Canada, over $9.5 billion so far we've sent to Ukraine. For what? You know, they had 2,000 tanks. What happened to them? Oh, they're all gone. So now you need a couple hundred more. It's not going to help. You know, personally, what should have happened is the UN or the US and Canada or whatever should have just went over there at the start of the war. Anybody that wants to get out, we will help you. You can come to our country for a certain amount of time until the war's over, and then you can go back. But no, what did they do? They allowed people to come into our country, and now they're citizens here, and we have to support them. And what happens? Oh, well, Zelensky just misappropriated over $1 million or $1 billion. It just disappears. And that's just one account. Over 44,000 arms gone. $1 billion of US taxpayer money, whether it's US or Canada's money, but it's just gone. Where'd it go? Nobody knows. You know, they talk about how Ukraine's such a free country. Well, yeah. Well, why did he say that there's no elections until after the war? That's not a free and democratic society. Jailing people for speaking the truth and reporting on what they see. That's not a free and democratic society. And yet, what's happening over there is happening right here in Canada. So please be vigilant. Don't let your country turn into Canada because Canada's turning into Ukraine. And I'm telling you, by the end of this year, there is going to be war in North America on our soil in the US and Canada. There will be something breaking out here where it's going to upset the whole world. And then you think it's bad now about the US and the UK and Canada and that going in and bombing, doing some strikes in Yemen. You think that's bad? Wait till it starts coming in and they start doing it in Wyoming or Washington or Florida or Toronto or Vancouver or Halifax. What are you going to do then? Because that's what's going to happen. And it's coming. I'm telling you, it's coming here. Now, you can call me a conspiracy theorist. You can call me whatever. You can call me fucking nuts. I've been called it so many times, but yet I've been proven right so many times. So I don't care anymore. Call me whatever you want. But I'm telling you, it's going to happen. And it's going to happen soon. It will happen before the next election, which is in November in the United States, and not until October of 2025 here in Canada, unless we can have a snap election called here this spring, which I can't see it happening. But because Trudeau's too much of an egotistical fucking goof, so bad that his wife left him. You know, when you got a a leader that decides that, oh, well, you know how your religion for thousands of years saying that certain things? Well, now you have to wipe all that out and you have to do it our way because it's now we're changing your religion. You have to accept these people. You have to let them go in. You have to open your arms to them. And like I tell everybody, I have two things I have to do. I have to stay white because I'm white and I have to die. Everything else is a fucking option. And if you don't like it, fuck you. This is way out of hand now, way out of hand, and we need to stop it. We are losing our countries, folks. Canada, US, they're fucked. When you have over 10 million people coming across the southern border, you have over a million people immigrants that are lost here in Canada alone. You have over 400,000 of them coming to this country every fucking year, and now it's going up to 500,000 this year. And yet we have over 2 million people fucking sleeping on the streets. That's not counting the millions of people that are sleeping in their mom's basements because they can't afford to even pay to go find a place because there's no place to fucking rent here. No place. When people are living in camper trailers and in tents and on street corners and in doorways and in park here in Canada, we have a problem. It should not happen here. It should not be happening in the States. But this immigration flow. Oh, well, we need them, we need them, we need them. Well, no, we don't need them. What we need to do is we need to fucking smarten up and get our shit together. When you when the government made drugs free and legal here in Canada, not just pot. Pot, I don't even call pot a drug. But when you're able to walk around with 2.5 grams of meth, when you're allowed to walk around with 2.5 grams of heroin or speed or cocaine, and it's legal, it's decriminalized. You're allowed to, if the cop catches you with it, he has to give it back to you. And what does he do? He goes into the trunk of his vehicle and asks you if you need needles or cookers or anything else. That's what they're doing now. $700 million they spent on free drugs and needles in a year. That's just one province. There's 12 other provinces and territories in this country. That's just one province. 700 million? Give me a fucking break. You know, you got businesses on East Hastings Street that literally had to close because people were camped out in front of their stores. The whole fucking block, the whole fucking street, 10 blocks minimum, right in front of the police station and everything. They got tents set up all up and down fucking Hastings Street. Businesses are gone. They were being robbed. There's everything. So that they can get their drugs because they know that if they can get the money, well, now the money's you can't track the money because it's money. People are going in, oh, they'll steal a TV or something like that. Yes, they'll take it to a pawn shop, whatever, find out that it's stolen. They might get arrested. But when you have the same 60 people in a year get arrested 6,000 times, that's 150 times per person. 40 people, 40 people, 6,000 times. That's 150 times in 1 year. This is just 1 year, folks, and they keep letting them out, letting them out, letting them out. It's a revolving door for the fucking prosecution up here. You can get charged with something. There's people that are getting charged 3 times in 1 day, and they're still out on bail. So, you guys really think that it's bad now? Wait till it turns into a Vancouver. Okay, so, mm, unalive, yes, I heard about that, yeah, God bless you too, Blue Flyer. And I apologize if I pissed you off. Okay. Okay, folks, so, it is now quarter to 5 in the morning here, Atlantic Standard Time. Um, this is an hour and 26 minutes. I am going to close for now. Hopefully, we can. I'll be up again soon. So until next time, folks, stay safe, always record, and fuck Joe Biden and fuck Justin Trudeau. Until next time, folks, this is Mickey Allen, and I will see you on the next one. Good night.